The world we live in is an amazing place, with its many rivers, lakes, oceans, and seas. Many of us take full advantage of our environment by participating in outdoor activities such as fishing, hiking, and boating. Now, as amazing as our environment is, it's just as fragile. So it's up to all of us to ensure we keep it safe.
Standard parking takes environmental protection seriously, and we believe it should be a priority in everything we do. Beginning with the Federal Clean Water Act of 1977, federal, state, and local laws have been put into place to protect surface water from pollutants.
The Clean Water Act initially focused on chemical contamination from industrial facilities and sewage treatment plants. Runoff from streets, construction sites, farms, and other wet weather sources was not considered as important to surface water quality. But beginning in the late 1980s, scientists began to realize that these locations could pollute the water.
To fully appreciate why this is important, we need to understand the difference between a sanitary sewer system and a storm sewer system. A sanitary sewer system takes dirty water from toilets, sinks, showers, and other sources to a sewage treatment plant where the water is treated or cleaned before it is released downstream. All cities have some kind of sanitary sewer system. In some cities, especially older eastern cities, all the rain or storm water also passes through a sewage treatment plant.
However, many large cities, especially in South and West, have a separate storm sewer system, or municipal separate storm sewer system, or MS4. This means that the water that goes into storm sewers never gets treated or cleaned. It just flows downstream into the local waterways. So you can see why it is important not to let this water get polluted. Under the law, it is illegal to allow anything other than rainwater to go down a storm drain. There are a few exceptions to this rule, but when it comes to parking garages, only rain goes down the drain. Keeping our garages clean is an important part of our service to our clients and customers. But pressure washing and power scrubbing parking garages can be a way for motor oil, fuel, antifreeze, or just plain old mud to accidentally enter storm drains. Standard parking is leading the way to prevent this kind of pollution in order to protect our environment. Finally, keep in mind that even if a city has sewage treatment plants, it may not be legal to send pressure washed water down a sanitary sewer drain. Most cities require permits and licenses before allowing commercial or industrial water down a sanitary sewer drain. And never open a manhole cover to dump water. This is dangerous and should never be done. Standard parking wants everyone to understand what the law requires.
When these clean water laws are broken, the penalties can be severe. It's against the law to even allow others to contaminate the storm drains, which means that power washers, property managers, and standard parking must work together to make sure everyone's in compliance. Law enforcement agencies can throw the book at violators. That includes employees and companies. You might not know it, but these are real-life criminal cases, and the penalties are tough. In Texas, if you permit someone to discharge wastewater down the storm drains in the parking facility, you can be looking at hard time. Fines up to $100,000 for individuals and $250,000 for companies for each spill into a storm drain, and imprisonment of up to 5 years. Remember, you can be charged even if you didn't participate in the spill and didn't even know what was going on at the time. Standard parking is leading the way to protect our clients, our vendors, and our own employees. We don't want anyone to go to jail.
Let's talk about some of the ways we are going to protect our clients, vendors, and employees. We are going to go out of our way, we are going to go above and beyond, and we are not taking any chances. Standard parking managers and employees will conduct power washing inspections. Vendors are required to prove that whatever water or chemicals they use will be reclaimed and not allowed down the drains. If one of our standard parking employees sees another employee or contractor breaking the rules, they are instructed to report it to their manager immediately. They can also call the employee hotline. Standard parking employees are advised to tell their managers if they witness members of the public or other client tenants, such as restaurants or housekeeping services, who are seen dumping into storm drains within a standard parking facility.
Our pressure washing contractors are required to sign a detailed contract that requires them to provide the necessary permits from the municipality, a copy of their waste manifest, and their certificate of insurance. Cleaning contractors are required to provide their own drain protection and will use proven methods to protect the drains. Contractors are required to demonstrate their effectiveness with their drain protection method prior to beginning work. Before any vendor is allowed to perform work in our client's facility, all environmental requirements must be met. Standard Parking will screen and hire only the most qualified and environmentally conscious cleaning services. Standard Parking also continues to train our employees on our environmental policies as well as proper power washing techniques and water disposal methods to ensure our environment is protected as well as our clients.
Standard Parking applies proven methods to protect the storm drain from accidental wastewater runoff. Drain types that need to be protected around a facility can be floor drains, trench drains, and street curbs and curb inlets. Standard Parking requires the drains be protected using readily available products such as drain mats, non-absorbent berms, or a combination of the two.
Drain mats are made of a sticky plastic material and are designed to be laid over drains, allowing them to form a seal to keep out water or chemicals. Drain mats are simple to use, easy to clean, and are effective on even surfaces. To use a drain mat, first identify the drains to be protected before the power washing or scrubbing begins. Sweep the surface around the drain to remove dirt and debris. This will help keep the drain clean and will form a better seal with the drain mat. Lay the mat over the exposed drain so that the mat extends the edge of the drain by at least 6 inches. If the garage floor is sloped in a way that will cause large amounts of puddling, you may need to use a mixed method approach, which would include the use of berms around the drain. Drain mats should not be used on street drains designed to accept several inches of water, such as curb inlets.
Non-absorbent berms are long dikes or barricades that are designed to be placed around drains. They're used to protect drains that cannot be effectively protected through the use of a drain mat, such as on uneven surfaces, such as curb inlets or long storm drains. Similar to drain mats, we're going to identify the drains to be protected and clean the surface thoroughly before we begin. Lay the berm around the drain and be prepared to reclaim any water that collects at the berm. The capacity of berms needs to be consistently monitored because they could be flooded or overwhelmed by large amounts of water.
Protecting drains is not effective unless wash water is reclaimed and disposed of properly. Now, there are several ways to do this. Some standard parking facilities will use power scrubbers that reclaim and recycle the wash water while they are scrubbing. Other facilities will contract out the cleaning service. Now, there will probably be situations where only a pressure washer can do the job. When these pressure washers generate large amounts of water, then vacuum reclamation equipment must be used to prevent water puddling around drains or overwhelming other drain protection systems. No matter how the water is reclaimed, it must be hauled away from the garage and taken to a permitted disposal facility. In most cities, transporting used wash water will require a waste transportation permit and a waste manifest, sometimes called a waste control ticket. Some of Standard Parking's cleaning contractors may haul the water themselves. Others may hire a special transporter to haul the water. It is the transporter's responsibility to provide copies of all permits and manifests to Standard Parking. If you don't know what is required in your city, ask your Standard Parking manager.
Standard Parking Corporation is leading the way in protecting our water supply.
As a good corporate citizen, we want to comply with these requirements as well as help our contractors and clients understand them and stay in compliance.
By working together, we can help ensure our precious water supplies stay clean and healthy well into the future.
Always remember, only rain goes down the drain.